you guys! Today we are going to deep dive into keywords. You might be wondering if keywords are even still relevant for photographers in the age of AI, or are they becoming outdated? With tools like ChatGPT and AI search growing so quickly, a lot of photographers are wondering if a keyword research even matters anymore, or if it's something we can stop worrying about. But here's the reality. AI might change how people brainstorm and explore ideas, but when someone is ready to actually book a photographer, especially in a local search area, they still go to Google and search very specific things like Austin family photographer or newborn photographer near me. That moment is driven by intent, and keywords are what connect that intent to your work. So today I want to walk you through how keywords really function inside your photography business, how they help your website get found, how they influence Google Ads, and my favorite strategy for choosing keywords that are not just relevant but effective. Hi, I'm Lindsay, a family and branding photographer based in Austin, Texas. And I share weekly videos here all about marketing, visibility, and building a photography business that consistently attracts the right clients. Everything I teach is rooted in something I call systems for success. It's the framework I used to rebuild my business after relocating, and it's centered around three interconnected pieces: intent-based marketing, a website that converts curious visitors into quality inquiries, and an exceptional client experience that keeps people coming back. And all three of those pieces revolve around one thing: your ideal client, the person who connects with your work, values what you do, and is happy to invest in it. Today, we're focusing on the intent-based marketing piece, because keywords are one of the clearest ways to meet people at the exact moment they're already searching for what you offer. So let's start with the foundation, what a keyword actually is. A keyword is simply the bridge between what someone is searching for and the work you offer. It's the language your potential client types into Google when they have a need, and it's the signal that helps Google decide whether your website or your ad is a good match for that search. And keywords aren't just single words. They're usually phrases that reflect intent. Things like Austin family photographer, or newborn photographer near me, or maternity photos, Bull Creek, Austin. Each of those phrases tells Google three important things. Number one, what the person wants. Number two, where they are. And number three, how ready they are to book. That's why keywords matter so much for photographers, because our services are local, emotional, and highly intent-driven. When someone searches those phrases, they're not casually browsing, they're looking for someone to hire. And understanding that shift changes how you choose keywords. You're not trying to sound clever or creative. You're trying to match the language of someone who is already searching for what you do. Now, once you understand that keywords are really about connection and intent, the next question becomes how Google actually uses them. Because this looks very different depending on whether you're running Google Ads or trying to get found organically through your website. If you're running Google Ads, keywords are very literal. You choose the phrases you want to show up for, you place them inside your ad group, and Google uses those keywords to decide when your ad can appear at the top of the search results. So if you add something like Austin family photographer as a keyword, you're telling Google that when someone searches something closely related to this, you want the opportunity to show up. And that's one of the reasons Google Ads can feel so powerful, because the connection between the keyword and visibility is immediate. You're not waiting months to rank, you're stepping directly into those searches that already exist. But when it comes to organic search, meaning your website, keywords work a little differently. Instead of typing them into a keyword box, you're communicating them through your content. Each page of your website should have one primary keyword that tells Google what that page is about. For example, your family photography page, the portfolio page or service page you have designed specifically to sell family photography, might be targeting Austin family photographer, while your newborn page targets Austin newborn photographer. And you reinforce that keyword in intentional places like your page title, your headings, your meta description, your image alt text, and the natural language of your copy. And this is where I see a mistake photographers make all the time. When we don't fully understand how individual pages communicate keywords to Google, it's easy to accidentally target the same keyword across multiple pages of our website. Maybe you mention Austin family photographer on your homepage, your family portfolio page, a few blog posts, and even your about page, all with the intention of strengthening that keyword. But what can actually happen is the opposite. Instead of helping Google understand which page to show, you end up creating confusion. Google sees several pages competing for the same search term and doesn't know which one is the best match. So none of them perform as strongly as they could. This is called keyword cannibalization. Look it up, I promise you, it's a real word. It doesn't mean you can never mention a keyword more than once across your site. It just means each important keyword should have one clear home, one page intentionally built to rank for it. So instead of spreading one keyword everywhere, you're giving Google a very clear signal about which page is the best answer. And naturally, that leads to the next question. If each main keyword has one dedicated page, how do we continue strengthening that page without creating competition? This is where long-tail keywords become incredibly powerful. Long-tail keywords are more specific, descriptive phrases that reflect a very particular search, often including location, session type, styling, or situation. Your main keywords tend to be competitive and obvious, but long-tail keywords are where your real-life experience becomes an advantage. When you create blog posts around locations you love, styling choices you see often, or situations you photograph regularly, you're building context and authority without competing with your main service pages. For example, I wrote a blog post about photographing families at the Long Center in Austin. That post reinforces my geographic relevance and expertise because Google recognizes the Long Center as a real Austin landmark. I've done the same with posts about maternity sessions at Bull Creek, including styling choices like Free People dresses. That combination of location, session type, and styling creates very natural long-tail keyword opportunities that reflect how clients think and search. But instead of guessing which long-tail topics to write about, we can look at real data. Inside Google's Search Console, there's a performance report that shows the exact queries people used when your website appeared in search results. This is incredibly powerful information. You'll often see phrases with high impressions, meaning Google is already showing your site for them even if you're not getting many clicks yet. That's a signal that creating content around those topics can strengthen visibility. And sometimes the most valuable keywords aren't the highest volumes ones. They're the niche searches that reflect a very specific need. So instead of inventing keywords, you're observing the language your potential clients are already using. Now, At the beginning of this video, we asked whether keywords are still relevant in the age of AI, and the answer is yes. Keywords still matter because booking behavior for local services is driven by intent-based search. But AI is changing how content gets understood. So, as you create blog posts moving forward, a few simple shifts can help your content stay visible. Include a TLDR. This means too long, didn't read, at the top of your posts. Write your H2 headings as keyword-driven questions like, where is the best place for family photos in Austin? And the last one, consider adding FAQ schemas so search engines can clearly understand your content. None of this replaces strong keywords. It simply makes your content easier to interpret as search evolves. If this helped clarify how keywords actually work inside your photography business, I'd love to know in the comments, especially if there was a moment that shifted how you've been thinking about SEO or Google Ads. If you're working on this right now, start small. Choose one keyword, give it a clear home on your website, and build from there. I share weekly videos here all about intent-based marketing, visibility, and building a photography business that attracts the right clients without constant hustle. So if that's something you're working toward, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.